Hey guys, today I wanted to talk to you again, kind of following through the vein of selling and talking about sales and opening up your Beachbody business and making it available for business. And I wanted to just really talk about comparisons and how detrimental it is to you personally and to your business to compare yourself to other coaches out there. Now, some of you may have been in coaching now for a while, and you'll see if you've been watching other people and what they do, that a lot of times you'll see somebody sign up to coach, and it seems like, bam, like they signed up, and then 2 months later they're hitting Success Club and they're signing up coaches, and you might think like, wow, like how did they do that so fast? You know, here I've been a coach for 6 months, and I still haven't hit Success Club, and I only have one coach signed up underneath me. And you might kind of feel defeated and like a failure. And a lot of people that participate in comparisons end up quitting because they feel like, well, I'm obviously not cut out to do this because I'm not getting the same results that this person's getting. And I wanted to use myself as an example. When I first started coaching, I signed up, and in my very first month, I hit Success Club with 17 points. I signed up 2 coaches and hit Emerald. And I guarantee you, I had no clue what I was doing, number one. But I guarantee you that there were people on our team, my teammates, who looked at that and thought, what the F is she doing that I'm not doing? Like, she is just like this natural coach, or she is just this person that is, you know, so fantastic, and how could I ever measure up? I've been a coach now for a year and I'm still not hitting Success Club, blah, blah, blah. This is an epiphany that I had a little while ago when I was thinking about momentum and how momentum grows. But it's really important not to compare yourself to people, because those people who looked at me and thought that, they had no clue where I had come from. They had no clue where I had started. All they saw was the surface. All they saw is, here this girl gets introduced to the team and then bam, she's hitting Success Club. That's all they saw. They never saw the background. They never saw the work that I had done for months before. When I signed up, or when I started my P90X program, 7 months before that, 8 months before that, I had already lost 40 plus pounds. I had already lost 2 dress sizes, and I had already been sharing my journey on Facebook openly. I was living my life out loud. I was helping people already. I had people asking me, how did I lose weight? And I was telling them, please go buy P90X and Shakeology because it's so amazing. And I was sending them to Beachbody.com to purchase their programs because I had no clue that I could be a coach. That was my background. That's where I came from. My business did not start the day that I signed a form and submitted it online to become a Beachbody coach. My business started the day that I started doing the vital behaviors, which was months before I ever even knew about anything about a coaching opportunity. And so I think that that's where a lot of people get kind of off course, is you look at, you know, well, number one, there's a couple ways, but number one is you compare yourself to other people that you have no idea where they've come from, where they've been, and what their progress and their journey has been like to that point. You cannot compare yourself to someone like that. The second way people get off course is by looking at their start date as the day they signed a paper to become a Beachbody coach as the beginning of their business. That's not the beginning of your business in most cases. The beginning of your business is the day that you hang up your business is open, grand opening sign on your social media platform, on your personal life with your friends and your family, and you start consistently showing up for work. That's the day your business begins. And for me, that just happened to be months before I ever knew about coaching. And I really hope that you let that sink in, okay? Because I think it's really important to this person, you have to consistently show up. If I started a Starbucks franchise and I decided, I think this morning I'm feeling good, I'm going to show up to work today, and then the next 2 weeks I flake out and I don't show up, and then, maybe one day I wake up feeling great again and I show up for work again, how do you think that my business is going to do? It's not going to do very well. I am not going to be in business for very long. I'm not going to make very much money. People aren't going to get to experience my amazing coffee skills, right? If I show up once every 2 weeks. So what's the most important thing for you to understand as a new coach, or even as a coach who's been a coach for a while, but maybe you've been struggling and you wonder, like, well, am I really cut out for this? Is this really something that's for me? Because I don't really see any results from, my coaching business. Sit down and honestly evaluate what you're doing. Sit down and honestly look at, have I shown up for work consistently every single day? Am I a product of the product? Am I sharing my journey with the world? Am I inviting people to join me by sharing my journey? Am I participating in personal growth? Am I developing myself so that I can then help other people develop themselves? And if the answer to those is no, or not consistently, or maybe sometimes, but most of the time no, you haven't hung your welcome sign out yet. Most of the time, the effort that we put in today pays off 60 to 90 days down the road. And so for me, I had been literally coaching people for 5 to 6 months before I started coaching for real and being an actual coach with Beachbody. So I want you to just think about that and, really be honest and evaluate your efforts to date and realize that you could be a coach now for a whole year. But if you haven't been showing up daily consistently and doing the vital behaviors, including, and most importantly, working on yourself and then sharing that with the rest of the world, you haven't hung your welcome sign out. Your welcome mat is rolled up and your windows are dusty, okay? So I think it's important because a lot of people, I see that a lot of times where people are just comparing themselves. Number one, again, just recap, don't ever compare yourself to someone else because you have no clue where they've come from. And number two, honestly evaluate whether you've been showing up. And if you haven't, show up, okay? I have a video I posted 2 days ago in our team page about sales and a healthy approach to sales. It's also on my YouTube channel, and I highly recommend that you watch that in conjunction with this video if you haven't already, because they go hand in hand, all right? I know that each one of you guys have the potential to do amazing things, and my goal is to help you realize that potential. And if there's any way that I can help you, please let me know, okay? Love you guys.